What's going on, everybody? This is Island Hopper TV coming to you from Medellin, Colombia. Let's do it. That's right. We're going to show you around Colombia's finest city, Medellin, right here in the middle of the country, inland, about 2 to 3 hours away from any sort of coastline. In this travel guide, we're going to show you around Comuna 13. We're going to take you down to some of the nightlife areas. We're also going to show you around some of the other main attractions in Medellin. So the airport, when you arrive in Medellin, it's an hour away. You go through a really long tunnel and then another short tunnel. And as you can see, this is us arriving in the Aburra Valley, also known as the City of Eternal Springs, because of its idyllic climate. All right, guys, we've actually arrived in Medellin. The airport is about a half-hour drive away from here, so we're gonna get started. We're checking into the hotel, and we've got a Club Colombia beer. This hotel here is actually Hilton by Hampton, and it's actually right in the heart of Poblado, which is a popular neighborhood for expatriates and tourists to actually stay. And just to elaborate a bit more on Poblado, in this area you will find some of the more chain hotels like a Marriott or a Hyatt, Intercontinental. Also, like I said, many expatriates, but this is really the business area. So every city has a place like this. Poblado just so happens to be Medellin's high-end neighborhood. Medellin has many modern malls like this one, Santa Fe. We'll go inside and take a look. After having gone around to several cities, Bogota and Cartagena and Medellin, as well as Guatape in Colombia, I will say Medellin has the most infrastructure and is the most modern city. Medellin is actually the second largest city in all of Colombia, just behind Bogota. This elevation, though, is much lower, sitting at just under 5,000 feet. That's just under a mile high, whereas Bogota is 8,900 feet. So high altitude in a valley, very beautiful, but massive city in this valley of the Eternal Spring. So right now it's late October. Forecast for the next 7 days is rain. As you can see, it's obviously raining right now. Ever since I've got here, it's been spotty, scattered rain, although the temperature is actually 70 degrees, so it's not too cold, but you know, lots of rain out here right now. Actually, to be straightforward with you, all 4 days I was in Medellin, it rained every day, at least half the day. So if 70 degrees and rainy forecast pretty much every day is not your thing, then you better head down to Cartagena, where it's nice and toasty. So the weather in Medellin year-round is temperate. It's in the 70s. But the hottest month is November, December, January. The coldest months are going to be June, July, and August. Remember, we're in the southern hemisphere here.
Well, I meant to say South America, almost in the southern hemisphere, because technically this part of Colombia is above the equator, making it still in the northern hemisphere.
So this is where the bomb went off for Pablo Escobar's mafia. This happened in 1995, June 1995. Around 40 people died, but you can see they still haven't repaired the actual monument, the sculpture. Still got the shrapnel and everything that blew off on it. Correction, it was actually 28 people who died and 200 people were injured. There's the article with Pablo Escobar in 1995. So this area here is known as Centro Station. This is actually an important spot next to San Antonio Square because this is where the metro systems cross. The tram station and the train connect right here. So tram train right here in Centro Station, the main square in Medellin for transportation.
And another interesting point to make is that Medellin is the only city in Colombia that has a mass transit system that's modern. No tram, no train, anywhere else except for Medellin.
This road here is actually called Punin. It used to be a very famous road from the past with a lot of the affluent people in Medellin. So nowadays they've moved over to Poblado, but before it was Punin, which is this road you're looking at right here. This is actually the city center of Punin, right next to the what is considered the landmark of Medellin, right up here.
So this building is actually called the Cultahair Building. It's named after a textile company, but it's the tallest building in Medellin, and many of the locals consider it to be the landmark.
If you like chocolate, they have a very famous Swiss chocolate store right here. If you look, it says Astor, Tradición Suiza, founded in 1930. So they brought us in here to try this very famous chocolate right here. They're going to give us a sample. All right. This is definitely some of the best chocolate I've ever had, for real. So now we're going to go inside the El Union Club. We're going to go take a look in here. This used to be a really popular place with affluent people in Medellin. If you guys want some really good Colombian food, come over here to the Hacienda. We're gonna go upstairs and take a look. Going to be buying a real Colombian hat from this vendor here. All right, so we're gonna put it on.
Perfect.
Handmade palm. This is palm leaf right here, handmade. So the hat here is gonna cost me around 15 US dollars. So this is actually the principal city center of Medellin. It's the Bolivar Plaza. This man here, born in Caracas, Venezuela, is the equivalent of George Washington to the Latino people in South America. So this cathedral right here is simply known as the cathedral, right in the Parque Bolivar, which is the Park of Bolivar, the tallest cathedral in the Americas. So this is the Hotel Nutibara. It was actually created in the year 1920. It's actually now a part of the historical registry. This building here is actually known as Clio Plaza, but the building here is over 100 years old. It was formerly a Medellin government building. Now it's actually a library. But look how beautiful it is. So among these statues here, the horse is actually the most famous one, but if you come over this way, they actually have the woman, mujer con espejo. If you touch her butt, they say it brings fortune. So this is the area where you catch the cable car to go up the mountain, which is what we're going to do right now.
So these cable cars actually give you an aerial perspective of one of the more popular areas that we'll be going to here in a moment, Comuna 13. Believe it or not, many of the residents here in Medellin ride this cable car every single day as a regular, normal part of their transportation system. And just a side note, if you have any sort of concern about fear of heights or high places, something like this might not be something you will add to your itinerary.
We got some Club Colombia beer, official Colombian cerveza.
Cerveza, Club Colombia.
Soup with potatoes and chicken, pollo. Yeah, so you can see I got egg. What is this, a plantain? Papas fritas, which is French fries, carne, and then a chicharron right here. So, really good food. So this area here is known as the 20th of July quarter. Right here in 1995, after Pablo Escobar lost his life, there was a war that broke out between the Colombian government and the local people in the quarter. And it was a 3-day all-out battle. And ever since then, it's gotten better. And nowadays you can come here, it's a tourist area, and you can explore this area that was once a very dangerous place. So here we are above the principal road right here. If you look way up into the mountain there, where they were excavating the mountain, that's where the military actually buried the 400 bodies after the battle between the local mafia and the Colombian government.
I'd like to make an additional comment about the history involving Pablo Escobar. The Colombian people are not proud of that chapter in their story, but what they are proud of is what they've become now and who they are today. And in this neighborhood, like I said, it is now safe for tourists to come visit, take a tour, walk around. That's how much progress has been made in Comuna 13 and across Medellin.
And right here we have some local ice cream. If you guys are ever in the mood for some refreshments, come on inside here and let's see what they got. So your options are going to include pineapple, avocado, mango, and green mango. And these are water-based, and then you have cream-based right here. I'm actually going with the passion fruit, but you could also get an Oreo cookie or cheese, coffee, whatever you like. It's water.
Buena, bienvenida. The system is you take outside.
There you go. Popsicle. Cheers. 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 So if you look right behind me, you can see some beautiful graffiti. It changes every 2 years or so, but the one right behind me here is a symbol of black magic, voodoo, and then right here you have a different different faces of women. And so anyway, really nice graffiti, but you might come here and it might be different.
You know, there's many layers to Comuna 13, and you actually take escalators, but as you can see, you just kind of keep climbing up the mountain to a new area that's just unlocking a bunch of really great local treasures.
So after walking up several steps and escalators, we finally made it to the top here, and it's a beautiful view of the entire community. So this area, Comuna 13, Comuna 13, actually had the second most visitors to any area per capita, just behind Dubai 3 years ago before the pandemic hit. So this place really gets going when tourism season is booming. 50,000 people a day visited this area. The slide was actually built in honor of a child who was murdered on the day of the 400 during the 3-day battle. So the kid had a very nice personality, and that's why they built this in honor of him. Gracias. Okay.
No tiene azúcar, ¿no?
No, nada pequeño.
So this town here is called Poblado Paisa. It's the little town of the original people of Colombia. Paisa is the people of Colombia. Poblito is small town. Another thing that's amazing about Medellin is it's got over 3 million people in the area, and look at the air quality. If you look around, you can see there's hardly any pollution. So that's really amazing.
It's got to be a credit to all that rain that's creating so many trees and such a fertile, rich abundance of flora and fauna.
So I got the cone lychee. It's a little fruit. You can kind of see one in there. Lychee. It's a soda. Oh, sugary, sweet, and fizzy. So we came to an Italian restaurant and I got some chicken cordon bleu. Look at that stuff right there. here we are in Parque Aleres. This is actually the tourist area of Medellin, or Medellin as they like to say. But you can see it's a really active area. It's currently 5:30 at night, and it's a Thursday night. Look at all the action we got going on here as we walk around. Colombiano.
Alright guys, as we head back through the tunnel to the airport to Medellin to catch our flight to Cartagena, just wanted to say thanks for watching and liking these videos. Also, welcome to all the new subscribers, and watch some more of our other videos across Colombia. Let's go.